and Best Bets live stream. My name is Rob Dauster. I finally had a winning night. How about this, Jeff? It was my best night of the season.
The whole season?
My most profitable night of the whole season. Yeah, like I push. You know how they kind of just the poker players, they shove all their chips in the middle. You go like this, they all in. That's what I did on Washington State last night. So
nice.
I had a good day. Still not all the way out of the hole, but I do have one play tonight, and if that hits, then I will be out of the hole that I dug myself in. So we'll get to that in a minute. Before we do, Ohio State played Iowa last night.
Yeah.
Your boy EJ Liddell looked awesome. Justin Aarons hit a couple of big threes. Yeah. And Iowa's defense was Iowa's defense. Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's talk about Ohio State first, because I really am curious. Like, how good do you think this team actually is?
Listen, and I talked to Holtman a good amount here, and I talked to him before the season. I didn't rank him in the top 25, and he said to me, he's like, "You're probably right. Like, you're probably right." Now Holtman's pretty real about his team for the most part, and I think what's put this team over the top this year is, number one, they're kind of that blue collar, tough, hardworking, great chemistry. I mean, he raves about these guys, and you could tell he likes coaching them, and you can tell they love playing. And this year more than ever, I feel like, unless you're Gonzaga and Baylor and you're just elite level, but those teams too. I mean, you can see watching Baylor, they love playing together, right? They love playing together. But Ohio State, to me, their biggest advantage is they've got tough dudes that play hard, that are bought in, that are coachable. And again, I think EJ Liddell is a star. I really do. I think he's a star. I think, I get it when you watch him. You're like, he's not that sexy. He's not that flashy. He's just kind of a guy that can do a little bit of everything, a tough mismatch guy. And he always produces, Rob. He always effing produces. And, that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's really, really good, and he's the perfect kind of five on the team. I don't even know if they technically count him as the five. Kyle Young might be the five, but
they're both fours. They're both fours, really.
He's the perfect complement to Kyle Young because he's more perimeter oriented. I swear, I haven't seen him miss a 15-footer all season long. I'm sure he has.
Mid post, seriously, from the mid post, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, he doesn't miss. But he steps out, he knocks down threes too. He pulls opposing big guys away from the basket. Kyle Young can do it a little bit as well. EJ Liddell's better at it. He was pretty good defensively last night against Luka. They spent most of the second half just doubling Luka hard.
What did Luka finish with?
16, 12, and 5. He actually passed the ball really, really well. So I was watching that last night, and I was like, well, seeing him throw the ball around the court like that and find open guys and create open shots for his teammates, he didn't have the best scoring game because Ohio State basically took him away. But I was watching, I was like, okay, that's a really good sign for Luka. My take on EJ Liddell is I think that he's terrific, but I would not. I could not put him on a first or second team All-American team.
I put him on a second today. I'd put him on a second right now. Today.
I was thinking about this last night, and I was talking about it with Deshaun on our stream. My first team All-America is going to be Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler. It's going to be Corey Kispert, Drew Timme, and it's going to be Luka Garza.
Right.
And then after that, I just don't think that EJ Liddell is one of the 5 best players in America after that. I love him. He's awesome. He's really, really good.
But it's a combination. Okay, why do you have 4 guys from the top 2 teams? Because they're winning, right? Ohio State today, if you're ranking the top 5 teams, especially with the way you do, with the way you would rank, you would have to have Ohio State in the top 5, would you not?
They're third in their own conference.
Well, if you look at their resume and you include, to me, non-conference quality wins, aren't they? I mean, they're better than Illinois. I mean, you can make a case. Michigan, yes. Michigan, you probably have ahead of them at number 3 in the country if you want. Okay. Ohio State, I'm saying they should be in the top 5. Their resume is better than Illinois. They played better than Illinois.
I wouldn't rank Illinois above them.
Okay.
I honestly, I haven't even thought about it, because it's the top two and then everybody else for me.
Yeah.
But you might be right. I probably would have. I think I had Alabama above them. My only concern with them is that I don't really trust them defensively, right? That's the big thing with them. And if you want to talk about trusting people defensively, golly, I'm out on Iowa at this point. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out on them. They're a second weekend team. They're a nice team, but this idea of them being able to get to a Final Four, you know where they rank on Ken Palm's adjusted defensive efficiency today? 137th. You know who's a better defensive team than Iowa right now?
Duke.
Iowa State.
All right. I thought you were going to say Duke, and Duke probably is.
Yeah, Duke.
I'm sure they are.
They're a complete train wreck on that end of the floor. And the thing that really stood out, and again, Deshaun and I talked about this last night, was that Justin Ahrens, right? He's taken 2 2-point field goals all season long. He shoots 40-something% from three. There is a very specific scouting report for Justin Ahrens. Everybody on the planet knows what he can do.
Yeah.
You know how to guard him, Jeff. You've never put together a scouting report for a college basketball team, right? I'm assuming. So I guarantee that you can tell me how you have to guard Justin Ahrens and what you have to do on the scouting report for Justin Ahrens. Don't let him get open threes.
Get up on him. Get up out on him. Press on him. Period. Don't let him get any space. Zero airspace.
3 times in the final 6 minutes, they let him get wide open threes. One of those threes, they ran away from him to send a second defender at a guy. It's just what is going on? You cannot.
Here's the crazy part, Rob. The crazy part is, to me, it's not like you're dealing with a bunch of kids that aren't very smart. Okay, they're limited defensively. They're limited, but to me, you're playing this zone over and over and over. And maybe it's honestly, maybe it's just the zone, what you're supposed to do in the zone. Maybe that's the issue here. It's not that the kids are doing the wrong thing. It's the zone isn't good, period.
There are some weird principles that he has in that zone.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Principles. Yeah, that where they have Luka Garza running people off of the 3-point line of the corner, which makes no sense to me because one, you don't want Luka Garza guarding people on the perimeter in a closeout situation. And two, part of the reason they get their asses kicked on the defensive glass is because Luka's running out there to go block a shot. And you got Joe Wieskamp trying to block box out centers. It's just
makes no sense.
I don't like the way that they played the zone. But I mean, at this point they have to though, because they don't have the man-to-man defenders to be able to make it work. So I'm out on Iowa until they prove that they can be better defensively than they've been. You can't do it. You can't not guard and expect to win.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. The worst defensive team to make a Final Four, the only team that's ranked anywhere near where they've ranked was VCU in 2011 when they were in the play-in game as an 11 seed and made it to the Final Four. It's the only one.
Yeah. No, listen, again, I'm with you. I don't trust Iowa to be able to put 4 straight together. They can get hot and win a couple, but eventually their defense is going to fail them. And again, even when they're scoring, which they did last night, their defense is going to fail. It wasn't like they didn't score the ball last night.
Things are getting crazy over here. No, you're right. You're right. They scored 85 points. They hit a whole bunch of threes, and they still lost at home. So it's not
pretty.
I'll tell you what,
not pretty at all.
It was very easy to look at that and to pick Ohio State and to pick Iowa. So at least we got that.
Yep. Was there anything else of note last night? Anything?
Gonzaga struggled a little bit.
Yeah. We can talk about
getting the win. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing over and over with them. It's a team where every game that they play in conference, it's that team's Super Bowl.
Right.
And every game that Gonzaga plays right now, it's okay, I guess we have to play this, but can we just get to the NCAA tournament where we're playing teams that are on our level? So I understand why it's hard for them to get up. Now, Jalen Suggs has to get better and get more consistent, and that's definitely a worrying concern. And not having that self-motivation to be able to go out and just kind of like beat these teams off the break is a little bit of a concern. But it's so hard to have any kind of proper evaluation of Gonzaga playing against in these situations. And like over the last 5 years, the success that they've had in the tournament has made me like always just kind of ignore the skeptics that say like
Gonzaga. Well, you know why I ignore it last night? Here's why I ignore it last night. Is because they're thinking this weekend, all right, we might be playing Houston. We might be playing Villanova. And then, oh, no, we got Pacific. We got to go to Pacific. Like, seriously.
Mark Few did not want to play that game. And I promise you that when your leader does not want to play a game like that, those are not dumb kids. They can read that. They can tell that. So, I mean, look, Baylor is unbelievable. Every time I watch them play, I think that they're better and better and better. I'm still as sold on Gonzaga being like one of the greatest teams that we've seen since I've been doing this. Like just because they've had some struggles in WCC play is not going to change what I think about them. Yeah, that's all I got.
There wasn't much. I mean, again,
for president,
what?
Other than Kyle Smith, the national hero, Kyle Smith, my Lord and Savior.
Well, he dug you out.
Wow,
dug you out of a big hole, a huge hole.
So I was watching that game last night and I was sweating it out because like Washington State
stayed up for that. You stayed up for that game.
Washington State. Well, I was. Some of us worked into the night, Goodman. So I was watching the game and Washington State was up double digits in the first half, and they started making a run in the second half. Or Oregon did, and I think they tied it, and they might have taken the lead at one point. And then Isaac Bonton. First of all, Isaac Bonton is a fucking stud. Like, golly, he made some big shots last night, and tough shots too. And then the second part of it is he had one where he threw a lob to the homie Effie Abogidi, and that dude put Chandler Lawson like through the rim.
Really,
like it was nasty. And I was going to take a video of it and send it to you, but I didn't want to ruin your beauty sleep. I know that since there wasn't any ranked teams playing,
I was not staying up for Washington State, Oregon. I won't lie to you.
You're not a grinder.
Well, no, it's.
I remember when you used to have a work ethic. That was what was it? The Fox Sports days.
Maybe CBS.
That was my favorite part. Is like I can make fun of you for that because you admitted it on the Gonzaga stream where you're like, yeah, I used to work hard, but now I'm like Mark Few, and I just I get lazy. I don't. If I want to go fishing, I'm going to go fishing.
Let me know. Let me know when you cover college hoops and recruiting full time both.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea. I don't know why you would ever do that. All right, so let's talk about tonight's slate. I teased it earlier. There's one game that I absolutely love.
Go ahead. What do you got?
That is Marshall laying 4.5 at Old Dominion. Let me read you some things that
read it out.
That Jeff Jones has said about his program coming off of their COVID pause. He referred to it as a mini outbreak within the program. Several members of the team, as well as several members of the extended coaching staff, were quarantined. They have not played in 3 weeks now. They did not return to practice until Tuesday. During their time that they were sitting out, they were unable to take shots alone in the gym, but they were varied in their quarantine activities. If you tested positive, you were unable to do anything physical, while the players that tested negative had limited workouts that were voluntary and solitary. How many guys do you think are going out and working out hard on their own if they're not even allowed to be in the gym and be in practice? He said, this is the quote that he gave to the Virginian pilot. He said, many players pass the time playing video games online.
That's what you got to do.
So 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. That's what they've been.
You love my boy Tavion Kinsey in this one.
I do. And the other part of it is actually just like, so it's a matchup thing that would lead me towards Marshall anyways. Like Jeff Jones really likes this kind of old school style of playing two bigs. And Marshall like doesn't do that. They space the floor. They put you into ball screens. They put your bigs into tough positions. They put pressure on the defense that way. The guy that coaches Marshall is Dan D'Antoni. His brother is Mike D'Antoni. like the whole like Maury ball, Rockets threes, that kind of a style of play is like what Marshall wants to do. So I would like Marshall in this matchup, but given that Old Dominion is coming off of these pauses, like it's my favorite bet of the day. I'm going to dig all the way out of the hole if I hit this tonight.
All right.
Or I'm going to be right back in the hole if I don't.
All right, you go with Marshall. I got a couple that I kind of like here. You know, the only high major game is what, Penn State, Maryland. Is that it? And anybody who says they've got a great feel for Maryland is lying. Like, nobody has a good feel for Maryland. Mark Turgeon has no feel for Maryland. So I'm staying away from that one completely. My favorite mid-major one is Coastal Carolina at South Alabama. South Alabama hasn't played since January 23rd. Coastal Carolina really, really good this year and traditionally pretty good. South Alabama got a lot of transfers. Richie Riley's doing a good job, but I'll take Coastal, give him one there. And then I like some Summit League action. Can I give you some Summits? I know you like the Summit.
I'm big Summit League guy. All
right, so I'm going to go North Dakota, giving 2.5 against a Denver team that hasn't played in about 2 weeks. Do you have Ken Palm up right now?
I do.
All right. Tell me what Denver's ranked right now in Ken Palm. You like that, right?
340th.
Yes, 340. Now, North Dakota, I don't think it's been killing it by any means. They're 5-14 overall, 4-6 in the league. Denver has not won a league game. They're 0-6. I'm going to lay the 2.5 there. I'm going to go North Dakota. Like, I'm a big fan of the state today. I'm going to also take North Dakota State against
fighting Dave Richmond's.
That's right, against your Oral Roberts University Eagles, and they're laying 4. And then I'm taking the points in the big rivalry game between South Dakota and South Dakota State. South Dakota State's been off for a couple of weeks. Both teams are undefeated. I mean, this is a huge matchup that hasn't got enough national play, Rob. They're both undefeated in league play. South Dakota 8-0. South Dakota State 4-0. The favorites in the league. And South Dakota State's getting 7 there, Rob. Are you surprised by that large, hefty number in the rivalry?
When was the last time South Dakota State played? Because they've only played 4 league games.
January 23rd, 2 weeks ago.
They've been off for a little bit?
Yes, 2 weeks. Not a huge amount of time, but, a little bit of a break. So I like those. I also like – and UNH has failed me lately. I'm not going to lie to you. New Hampshire and Billy Harrion have not done a good job for me lately, but I'm doubling up on them. They're favored by 1 over UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell, Rob, the last time they played, January 17th. It's a while. It's about 3 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm going with the Fighting Bill Harrions there. I like Dayton giving 6 against a mediocre. And listen, Dayton's not good. But I feel like they're gonna beat up on George Mason today. They're giving 6 against George Mason.
Are we sure? Are we sure Denver's playing? I'm on Bet Rivers right now, which, by the way, we're partnered with. You should go sign up. If you sign up now, we should have mentioned this earlier. We're kind of burying the lead on this one, but if you sign up now and use the code BigGame500 and then deposit $100 and make those bets on the Super Bowl, you get $500 in free bets on the Super Bowl. That's a pretty sweet deal.
That is a sweet deal.
By the way.
So I have something here that is telling me Denver's playing North Dakota. I don't know if it's accurate. It's on Yahoo's site right now. Maybe it got canceled.
I don't know.
Well, if that game happens, I like North Dakota.
Is it an early
happens and North Dakota's given 2.5? I like North Dakota. If it doesn't happen, well, you can't bet on it.
Oh, it's an early tip. Okay, I found it. It's a 2 p.m.
2 o'clock.
All right.
Even better. The matinee tip. Is there anything better, Rob, than watching the scoreboard at like 2:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah, I'm on North Dakota with you.
I got a couple more I kind of like here.
Right.
Couple more. Little NEC action. I know you're a big NEC fan. So St. Francis played Wagner Hold on. St. Francis played Wagner last night, 2 nights ago. They played last night. St. Francis lost at home to Wagner. Both teams are kind of the bottom of the league. We usually like this on the bounce back. St. Francis at home again tonight, and given 2.5. So I like the red flashes. No, that's not the red flashes. Damn it. St. Francis, PA is the red flashes.
Do you like St. Francis, Brooklyn? You're struggling
Brooklyn.
today.
Yeah.
You're struggling today.
I like Brooklyn. And then the other one is LIU FDU. I like this one even more. LIU lost it at home, 78-70 last night. They're going to run this thing back. And trust me, Derek Kellogg, he got his beauty sleep last night. After this loss, he got his beauty sleep. He probably got a fresh haircut with the wings. You know how he's got the wings?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm betting the wings are going to look good, and Derek Kellogg is going to fly tonight against FDU.
Look good, feel good, coach good. That's what it is. All right. So what do you have?
A lot.
I'm following you on North Dakota, but I love Marshall. Marshall's my favorite bet of the day.
All right. So I like Marshall too, and check bet spurts because obviously that's where everything is on record for us. But here, I'll run down what I have quickly. I'm with you on Marshall, and honestly, I didn't even think about that one until you told me today. Coastal Carolina. I like the points with South Dakota. I like giving the points with both of the North Dakota schools, North Dakota State. I like UNH. I like Dayton. I like St. Francis, PA. And I like Derek Kellogg and LIU Brooklyn. And that's it. That's it, Rob. That's enough action for Friday night. That's all right.
It's quite a Friday. Nothing wrong with that.